Hello and welcome everybody to a little bit of prepping for D&D in the Sven Zone. Hope your day is going just marvelous. Tonight, we do a campaign for the Ds, and the other Ds typically have 4 players, but I heard it through the grapevine that we're probably only going to have 2 right now, as of now. So what I'm doing is, instead of canceling it, because I've had to cancel a bunch of games, or chosen to cancel a bunch of games recently, I'm going to go ahead and do a couple quick encounters. The group is traveling, going to a city to meet some scouts. So they're traveling across the plains, and I'm going to have a little bit of the 2 of them are going to go. The 2 players who are going to be there tonight are going to go wandering off a little bit to do some hunting, or to talk for a moment, or to spar. And then there's going to be an illusionary terrain over a pit, which they're going to fall into, and now then they're going to have to work their way out. So just a little bit of side trek to pass the time, give them something to do, and to reward them for playing. I'm going to give them either a magic item or definitely give them some XP, stuff like that, for actually showing up. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the screen a little bit bigger, and to do that, so what this does is it scales everything that you see, everything within Fantasy Grounds. And so if I do that, I'm actually going to lose the bottom of this chat box because it's going to be bigger. So we're going to move this up first. Right click on the chat box, unlock it, move it up. I also want to start with a quote. Let's do that real quick. Quote. Alright, so now slash scale, SCALEUI, scale UI, user interface, space. And I'm going to make it 110. There we go. As it is, we still almost lost the chat box. But we didn't. Alright, there we go. Boom. So now everything on the screen is bigger. This is good for like when you're using a projector on the screen onto a wall, or a big screen TV. If you're casting Fantasy Grounds to these things, you can change the scale UI, and let's face it, some of us are getting older, and it's easier to read when in there it's bigger. Or on the opposite extreme, which is what I do, I have it down to about 80, so that I have more real estate, so I can put more windows up there and see them all at the same time. As you can see right now, these things take up a lot of room. So what I told you the base storyline, which is they fall into a hole, into a cave complex. So I just went to my images and typed in cave. You can see I have a lot of different expansions, lots of things that I've purchased and or earned over the years. So I just typed in cave down here in the search bar. I have 2 pages of caves to check out. A lot of them are monsters because this is images. So cave bear clearly is not a monster. But as I opened up some of these, cave complex, this is a nice looking one. Isn't that too shabby? Let me see, why is this being weird? There we go. Okay. And it looks dark like this because of the lighting. So if you click here to toggle the toolbar, and then I'm mumbling a little bit, so I need to enunciate better. Toggle the toolbar, and then you can unlock the controls. Go here to play mode and disable the line of sight and disable lighting. There you go. So now you can see what the map actually looks like a little better. We can lock it again to make that go away. So you see this has a library. It's a cave complex with rooms in it. And it's an okay idea, but just a little bit more than what I wanted for tonight. So I'll keep it in the back of my mind, but more than likely I'll find something better that fits what I'm looking for. Cave goat, interesting. Nice. Okay. Alright, so here's 3 tactical maps. Oh, here's a cave lair. So I like this one. It doesn't have the line of sight, but I can add my own line of sight relatively easily. They can fall into a ravine, so I can have them hit a ledge and just barely save themselves from instead of continuing to fall. And then they can work their way around through here. I can just close this off. I can even close this off with the line of sight. And then they can there's water here with a waterfall coming out of the wall, and then back out into a foresty area. So this might be a good idea. I like this one. We're going to right click on it, and then we're going to go up here to about 2 o'clock on the radial dial and say minimize. Boom, that makes it a little circle like this, cave lair. And then as I'm going along, I did like the cave goat. I saw this cool looking cave fish zombie. I'm like, that's not bad. Very unique, different. One of the players I'm playing with is a dungeon master himself and has been playing D&D for 10 years-ish. So I like throwing stuff like this, unique monsters that he hopefully has never seen before. So, gonna keep that in mind as well, just for a minute. But first, we still have to find the map. It's one of the things I enjoy / have to focus on, is because there's so much stuff in Fantasy Grounds and in D&D itself that it's easy to get sidetracked if you're searching for things through Google or even within Fantasy Ground itself. It's very easy to get sidetracked. Alright, so Cavern of Lava. Not really interested in lava. Don't really care. Again, it's dark because of the lighting. If you turn off the lighting. So it's a cool thing. It has a whole buttload of treasure, which is cool. You can put a dragon or some sort of whatever. It doesn't really matter what it is. It could be an orc. Who cares? But don't care. I don't like that map for what I'm looking for. Crystal Cavern. I'm just going to click open all 3. Click. 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 Alright, so this one again is a bit more got a treasure under the water. Very cool. It's a bit more detailed and larger in size and scale than I wanted. So we're just going to close this one out. Take a look at this one. This one is some kind of dais. It's a 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 dais. Mephit Ness. Nice. This was not bad, simply because it looks like it's a lot of different things, but they're all the same. So this A2 are just whirlwind pits. Oh, they're pits. Yeah, so they're pits. Bunch of pits all over the place doing the same thing. Got a dais, and then you've got these different things. Plus, less prep for me, because I've got these preset encounters and stuff. So it's an idea. It's not bad. It says Genie Cave DM, so there's probably a Genie Cave players as well. But for now, I'm going to go right click, minimize. I'll keep it, but I probably won't use it, to be honest. And last one is the Crystal Cavern. Again, pre-made stuff if I don't want to add my own stuff. But this is too big. It's too all-encompassing. There's too much stuff going on. Don't want to use that one. All right, back to our images then. Go ahead and close these for now. The Coastal Cavern, level 1, level 2. Don't really care, but yeah, thought it was a lot of work. If this was part of the campaign or stuff, I could, in Fantasy Grounds, you can fix these and make them look a little bit better. The cool thing about Fantasy Grounds is this is D&D. You don't have to fix anything. You can play it just like this. Put your tokens on here and run them just like this. Or you can be like me and spend some time and make them look all pretty. It's your choice in Fantasy Grounds. Dragon Cave. I don't know. Oh, it's a cave dragon. Okay. Very interesting looking creature. I'm going to look him up real quick because he's not. Actually, no, I'm not. Because it has the word cave in him, so when I search for caves, when I'm looking for NPCs, I'll see him. Something you guys can keep in the back of your mind as we're searching through these things. The 2 players are level 12. So, I'll have two level 12 players. We'll look at the XP and figure out the CR, the challenge rating for the fight here in a moment. By the way, I'm fixing my dice tower because when I blew everything up, it moved it. So right click on it to unlock it and then drag it. And if I wanted to, I could right click again and lock it. I don't care. Alright, so let's keep going. Fire cave. Cool, just picture. Fortified cavern. That's just a turned version of the player version of the one we already saw. Frozen cavern. It's probably the player version of the one we saw. Yep, player version. Ice cave. So this is the DM version of the one we looked at. Here's another cave. So this is not bad. Steps going down with all these different looks like it has lighting. Let's see if it has. It does have line of sight already built in, so that makes things a little bit easier. Again, a bit more than I wanted. Also, they're not close to any kind of lake or river. This could be underground, so I could easily pass that off. But instead, I'm just going, and I could also just cut it off. Yoink, yoink, with line of sight. Make it to where you don't go to this dock area. Or you could cut it off here and just have it be a little dock like this one is. But I already have stuff I like, so I don't need to mess with that one and keep it. Alright, so here are the Great Worms. Worm Caverns from Storm King's Barrows. We're not going to use any of those. Lava cave we already looked at. We don't need that. Mushroom caverns. So it's cool looking. But again, it's a bit much. Let's see what this one is. Okay, so this is a similar thing. I've used this one before. As you can see, I added walls. So this one was gone. This one was gone. This one was gone. Cut them all off, and cut it off here as well. It's a bunch of villagers and stuff. So yeah, I had to use that. That was all lighting and stuff. Don't care that I've used it before, because like I said, I didn't use any of this side over here. But I could even use the one I just opened and use this side. But again, it's more than what I wanted. It's not a bad choice, the more I think about it. Opening up the one I already messed with, because I've already messed with it, so I could just have them come on this side. They would not even know it's over here because of the line of sight, because of Fantasy Grounds. And there's a cool little dwelling down here. So they could come upon some sort of outpost for bandits or druids, or it depends on how I wanted to go with it as a DM. I'll keep it. It's a solid choice. Don't know that, but I think I'm going to stick with the one I've got. Pirate Cave. Again, I'm not by water, so I don't care. Here's the player maps for the Coastal Cavern. Sekovaka the Scavenger. Very nice. Because he's got cave in his name. Scave. Alright. Big Cavern. UNSH. Unshackled. I don't know what that means, but. And then the waterfall power. Oh, this is the one I made. Yeah. So you can see here. So this is. Yeah, so this is a cave I built from scratch. Turn off lighting. So they came out of here and stood on this platform and looked out. And so we turned the lighting back on. You can see the scale of this map going across. It's 490 feet. So they were looking upon this huge cavern with all these different. As you zoom in, there's tons of different stuff in here. Different people, different setups, different camps, different monsters. All I'm doing is using the mouse wheel to zoom in and zoom out. And then to move the map, you have several different ways now. They now have a toggle, navigation toggle, so you can use this to move. You can also use your arrow keys, your ASWD, or what I typically do, just because I'm used to it, is on my mouse wheel. If you click on the mouse wheel and hold it, you can just drag it. To draw this line, there's a couple different ways to draw an arrow. The easiest way is just to double click, left and right click at the same time, and then draw and drag. Boom. And then you right click, pointers, remove, or draw another one. But like I was saying, there's all these different factions, all these different people in this cave. So I had fun with this one when I built it. And like I said, this is purely from scratch, using Fantasy Grounds. See, even changing the size of the thing, make it look like a small child. So pretty cool. The players had fun doing the same thing I'm doing. Zooming around, zooming in and out. Because these are all, the lighting is all these fires. The campfires. So, it's a cool little map. Or a cool big map, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, this is not the one I want to use for tonight. Remember, we were talking about rabbit holes. And the last one is Waterfall Cavern. This one is from one of my favorite all-time modules. It's actually from D&D version 4. It's an amazing, tremendous storyline where your Duke is taking over the area. And the group has 3 different people that groups are trying to, the party has 3 different groups they're trying to talk to. The elves, these guys are the troglodytes, I mean not the frogmen, what they're called, bullywugs, and then another group, and then they come together. The city is assaulted, and so you have this big massive war going on, and so there are 3 different places depending on how the characters want to do. They want to defend, do they want to attack? So the players are in these different pre-built scenarios depending on how they choose to go. It's such a well-written, awesome one. Point is, I don't want to use this map. It doesn't fit where they are. There's no waterfalls. There's no... They're on a plains, huge plains, so this is not going to work for what I want. Alright, so we have our 4 choices for places. 3 places. So let's take a look at these again. This is starting to grow on me. I initially poo-pooed the idea, but I like the concept of them just stumbling upon a random thing. This one, still not that thrilled with. What I'm probably going to do is just keep this in my pocket. And if they zip through the one I choose really fast, then I'll just pull this one in. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is use this one, and then I'm going to link this one on it. So if we grab this little, it says drag record link, I'm going to drag this here. I'm going to tell them they see a way down to another, it opens up below them again, and so they will then be able to drop down into this side, into this one. So close this one now because I have the map linked here. If you're, see, I went here to play. Alright, so what we need to do to fix this, I don't want to deal with this bit here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into line of sight up here. There's a little wall, the wall symbol. Sorry, I'm not enunciating very well today. Gotta, alright, and then I'm going to start with the line. And what we're going to do is we're just going to chop this from here. So there is no line of sight on here at all. Using the arrow keys to move over. So we're just going to start here. This is, they're just looking over here anyway, so quick, easy, doesn't have to be precise. They're going to be interacting in this room here. Oh, come on. Escape. Click. So now I go, escape. Go here to the select, delete. Alright, let's try it again, line. They're going to be interacting over here, so as I get closer, I do want to make it a little better. A little closer to what how they drew the map. Want to make sure we chop off the door. So I actually messed up a little bit there. So escape to stop drawing. I'm going to zoom in. You'll see they can see the door here. So I'm going to here to select, and just slide it up. Line. Pick back up. You want them to be able to see a little bit of the black, so you don't want to follow the line of the cave wall exactly, because then it just cuts off and it looks weird. So by allowing them a little bit of the black, like I am here, one, it cuts down on the number of points. These little black white things are called occluders. So the question is, do I want to have them leave here through here, or do I want them to now that I'm thinking about it, I think I am going to have them, let's see, I don't want to have them leave here. Let me finish my train of thought, jumping all over the place. Or do I want to have them, I could just cut it off, yoink, and they would not know that there's an entrance to drawn on the map. I think I'm going to leave it for now. I might change my mind later, because I'm thinking a little bit that this might be the second place they go to. Maybe the other cave I showed you. What's happening? Shouldn't have mattered, but okay. Click. There we go. I don't know what happened. Click. So we're just doing a quick little line of sight. It also makes it where they can't move beyond these points. And they're not going to see a lot of this waterfall through the cave wall. Okay, I misclicked on that one. I didn't wait for Fantasy Grounds to catch up. So let's fix that. Escape to stop drawing. Go back to the select button. Click. Move it up. Okay. Back to my drawing, my line. Alright, we just need a couple fill in spots. Just left clicking, using the line. Now they can see this is a crag sticking out. They can't see through, but they can see through the rest of this. And then we have this little circle. I'm just going to actually make it use the line tool. You can do the elliptical tool to make a cycle, but it's a rock. I don't care that it's a nice perfect circle. This uses up less of the occluders, so here's the ellipse. You can use that to do that. There you go. Alright, so now they can see what they want to see. I've got this cut off. So now we can, if you ever want to know what's going on, and you don't have you can do a couple things. You can open up another, go down here, right click in your task bar, and open up another version of Fantasy Grounds, and join your own game, and then you'll be able to see exactly what the players can see. For this particular map, if you open up the combat tracker, up here on the top right, the cross swords is the combat tracker. You can then, and all the windows, by the way, if you notice I've been messing with them a little bit, they can be controlled from down here. Is typically the easiest way if you can find that, or you can click within the window. Hold down control, click within the window, and it'll drag and change as well. So we take anything from the combat tracker. A lot of people will just have a lot of DMs will have a Acme dude there, just so they see. Why is he so small? Let me take a look at my grid. No, my grid is normal. That's weird. I don't know why he went over so small. Try it again. Oh, he's not. Okay, he's just colored, so I can't see him. That's his effect. Okay. Show NPC. Click. Alright. We click over here to the play mode. Click to the line of sight and the enable player preview. Then you click on the token and you'll be able to see what he sees. Kamakiro Squad. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're just doing a couple quick little blurbs for tonight. We're going to be short a couple players, so 2 of the players are just going to fall through a hole, be messed with by a fairy. I was toying with the idea of having the fairy steal Tusk's ability to rage, and I was going to do that tonight. I'm thinking I'm going to save that until the rest of the group is there, so it's more than just 2 people seeing it, because I think it's a pretty cool idea. But we just drew some line of sight on this map, so I'm just going running around checking, see what it looks like, making sure there aren't any holes anywhere. There you go. Alright, so that's how you check your line of sight. You can then turn off player preview. Now we're back to seeing the whole map. Kill Piper. Alright, last thing we're going to do is we're going to throw some water effect on this real quick. Go to down here to effects. Happy Thursday. Thank you, thank you. Lots of drama in the house and in the family. But other than that, the week has been going fairly well. Alright, so the effect I want is the click up here to effects. I want the water effect. So there's 2 water effects. There's water and there's ocean. So I think I'm going to go with water for this one. You can see, you can already tell it's Ripley. Ripley! Believe it or not. Alright, and then, so what we do then is we enable the mask so that notice all of the effect goes away. What we're doing is we're going to now reveal an area. We're going to reveal the mask. And right now it's in a typical square. So we'll just do like this. bloop. So you can see the water rippling here, but you can't see it here. This is a pretty square area, so it's actually going to be pretty easy to do this. Just revealing those areas. Then as it moves down here, all depends on how precise you want to be. Now what I'm going to do is hold down the Alt key, left click and hold. Left click and hold, and just draw my area that I want the effect to be in. Alt, holding the left click, let go, boom, and now I've got the effect everywhere. Alright, so now you have some water movement. You can also change what it looks like as far as the intensity, horizontal, where the droplet is, stuff like that. But I have done what I set out to do, which is if the players look at it, they see that there's a little bit of rippling. That's all I need. So that's it. This map is ready to go. There's no lighting on it. It's going to be... Let's see. I could put lighting out here for the daytime. Let's see. Alright, we'll go to lighting. We'll add some. We're going to have it be bright. 5, 10, 15, 20. That's perfect. So I'm going to add light right here. So it's 20 and dim for 40. So as we go back to our play version, go to our see what the players see. We'll drag Piper back over. We'll put him around the corner, and then we'll enable the lighting. So there you go. So now as we click on him, he doesn't see anything because he doesn't have dark vision. But if he stumbles in the darkness, oh hey, there's something over there. Ta-da! So the light will be shining through the cave opening, and he can see. As he is wet because he's in the river. Alright, so we're set, we're ready to go. Now what I do is I go ahead and I click this record link, I drag it to one of my hotkeys. I've talked about the hotkeys a bunch, but you have 1 through 12 down along the bottom, and then as you hold shift you have S 1 through 12, control is C 1 through 12, and alt is A 1 through 12. You can then do any combination thereof. So shift alt is another 12, control alt and control shift, even control shift alt. So six times 12, I believe, is the number of all different hotkeys you can have. I might be off, but the point is you have a lot of different hotkeys you use down here, and I use a bunch of them. So you can see each, almost all of these various combinations have something in it. Alright, so speaking of whiches, let's go ahead and look at, I should have rolling encounters in here. Chaos bursts, languages, conditions. That's interesting. I could have sworn I had done it. Mounted combat I have down here. Interesting. Okay, I don't. Um, all right, so I have the physical Dungeon Master's Guide, but I'm also just going to go to here to books. You can also go to modules and find it there as well. Go down to the Dungeon Master's Guide. And then go to I believe it's under Create Adventures, Creating Encounters. When you pop open, click on the dragon, you notice it turns into a little hand. Anytime you see that dragon talks, it means a record link. This is the chart I was looking for, creating a combat encounter. So now I'm going to add it to my cheat sheets, my hotkey. Click and drag it down here to, I'm holding C, so I have my C's. Alright, so I have 2. Character level is 12. And I have 2 of them. So for a medium encounter, the XP would be about 4,000. But it can range between 4 and 9,000. So because these two are very overpowered characters as well, it will probably be closer to 6,000 for a medium encounter. So that gives me an idea of what type of experience range I'm looking for within this encounter. So as I go to NPCs, I've got my zombies already. The zombies are only half CR, so they're not worth very many XP. I could have a bunch of them, but I'm going to type in cave and see what I get. So we've got cave bears, cave drake, which is like a dragon, cave fisher, okay, so he's a arachnid, subterranean arachnid with a long snout. This isn't bad. I don't. This might be an idea because this would be a reason why there would be so many zombies running around. Cave Fisher is challenge level of 3, 700 of my up to 9,000 XP. Cave Giant Shaman, Cave Goat, I saw those. Cave Trolls. A Monstrous Cave Fisher, have a big one. Anytime you have one creature fighting a party. Yeah, so see, he by himself is 7,200. But that might not be a bad idea right there. Let's take a look at the notes, see what the picture looks like. I don't like that picture. I like the other one much better. I like this image better. Reaches lengths of about 25 feet. So he's a huge monstrosity. Huge is actually up to 15 feet, so. But whatever. Alright, flammable blood. Cave Fisher can climb difficult surfaces. Alright, so he's doing 2d10 acid attacks, 46 with his claws. Yeah, I think I'll do this. I think I'll, I like the monstrous cave fisher with a couple zombies in there just for fun. Again, we're going to keep looking, see. Ooh, an Ettercap cave stalker. Ettercaps are spider humanoid things that control spiders. Don't care. I don't want to use that right now because it's not part of... yeah, he's scary. Yeah, he is. I don't want to use that because I don't want to have spiders in here. Oh, so here's a giant. Here's one in between two. So let's take a look at the giant cave fisher. He is double what the other one was. Yeah, and he's only doing 3d6. And he doesn't have a bite. I think I'm going to stick with this guy. I like him. Alright, I'm going to use... Get this picture back up. Yeah, so and that thing coming out of his mouth is a web. They grab and pull people close to them. Grimlock from the old time machine, H.G. Wells. Got a bone short sword, hunter's mark. They're stealthy. They can challenge rating of 1. Nah, I think I'll stick with the... Alright, so I think we have our encounter. So we have this cave fisher, the monstrous one. I'm going to keep this open because what I want to do is I'm going to switch this picture. Let's see, this is unlocked. So I mean locked. So you click it to unlock it to now you can mess with it. So we're going to take this. This is read only. Well, let me drag it. It will not. Alright, so what you have to do then is you go to your NPC list again. And you have to make a copy. So this is a cave fisher. From Monsters of the Multiverse. And the reason it matters is because these ones don't have the same images. Let's check and make sure. So maybe I'm... Yeah, so he has one but doesn't have the other. And Storm King's Borrow. Yeah, it just has a C. So while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and fix this one. Because I'm going to be using him later. Alright, so I take the the good one, and I drag it and let go. And now you see I have an extra copy here. Sometimes it'll even say copy. But the one that has no book is the copy. I can then open him up. Is that the right one? There he is. Okay. And then unlock it. So now I can drag him over. So what I'm going to do is if you click on this, the C, it brings this up. I'm also going to click on this to bring his up. See? And then I just click and drag, click and drag, click and drag. Close him, lock him again, close him, open him up, and do the same thing. Click, click, click. Alright, so now we have the look that we want. close it. I'm going to go ahead and go to the image. This is the right one. No, this is the green one, which is fine. I'm going to go here to images here. Go back to page 1 where it says Cave Fisher. And I'm going to drag this over to here. So now I have a link for when we're playing tonight. I can just show them this picture. I'm going to go to my encounters now. So the images, I think we're done. The other one I wanted was the cave fish zombie. And I don't think you guys, here's the lovely cave fish zombie. Again, I'm going to drag this image over to here so I can just show them. Alright, now I need the cave fish zombie. Click, open them up, boom. Alright, I think I'm going to put, they have 37 hit points. The challenge is 2. I think I'm going to put like 2, maybe 3 of them in there. We'll put 3. How fast are they? They only do 1d6 plus 2. I'll put 4 of them in there. Alright, give them a little bit more XP. Alright, so let's close. Minimize this. Right click on the map. Close it. We have our 2 NPCs. We have our pictures. Go to encounters. So now you just want to be careful where you're building it. So you saw the UNSH, UNNL. These are all the different encounters I built for these things. So there are all these different places you can build it. If you just say click a new one, it'll just do it under uncategorized. So I do want it in Wednesdays, so I'm going to go ahead and add one here. This is Tusk and John. You click and drag the record link over to here. Boom, it adds the cave fisher. Drag the record link over to here. It adds a zombie. You click 4. This is whether they're friendly or not. They are hostile. Click refresh. What? Oh, this is not the monstrous cave fisher. This is the regular cave fisher. Right. Yeah, so that's why it's so little. I was like, what is going on? This is the monstrous cave fisher that I wanted. So we're dragging him over here. Monstrous cave fisher. So now we're going to take this. We'll click here, edit list. And then delete, confirm delete by left clicking. Make him an enemy hostile. Now we refresh the CR. 7600 XP. It's a CR12, so it's 7600 XP is right within that range I wanted, between 6 and 9000 XP. So this should be a good balanced fight in theory. with the two of them. Okay, we close this. We close this. Now what we do is we open up the map again. And we place them. So you not from here, but where it says placement. I'm gonna put the zombies in the water. And I could roll if I wanted, if I just wanted it to be random. But I'm just gonna have them be. Oops, which one was it? Yeah, it was this one. Drag it, boom. So now as you place them, you see that they show up there. The Monsters Cave Fisher, I think I'm going to put down here. Boom. Oh, I forgot he's huge. Huge! Huge, okay. Making sure. And then we will close it. So we're going to drag the link first. Drag this over to the map. So now that is here. I'm also going to put rename it ENC, so that shows me it's an encounter. I'm right clicking on this tab to delete the shortcut and then re-dragging it. So now this, you see Cave Fish, Zombie, Cave Fisher, and then the encounter, Tusken John. Close this, they all disappear. And what will happen is when I go to that encounter, if I add it to the map down here, add to tracker, it will then throw them in those locations unseen and also add them to the combat tracker. Alright, so we are set and ready to go. If they finish that encounter in time and there's still extra time, they can either leave or they can go back down here into the other place, into this map. And as I mentioned, with this one, I'm going to keep that open. Nope, wrong one. I had already done a lot of work on this map before to section off this section here. So if you bring the token, our friend Piper again, open up the controls, go to play mode, and then go to what do the players see. Click it. You can see they only see this half. So they can come down here. Oh, I didn't. Okay, yeah, so this is still open. Good to know. I cut it off here. I just didn't cut it off here. So that's easy enough to fix. And there's these doors for the building. Alright, so there's some rocks and stuff. So I'm just going to add go to the line of sight. There's a couple different walls, so new walls, a couple different places where they have line of sight built in. So I'm going to go here to line of sight. You can see I just threw a bunch of line of sight on there. And I'm just going to add some lines here. There you go. So this one is all ready to go as well for tonight, and I can just wing it. And it might just be empty. Maybe I won't even have a fight there. They just find some stuff. I also haven't decided whether or not it's going to be druids or whether it's going to be, you know, little robbers or something. We'll see. So, Atomic, I appreciate you very much hanging by, stopping by and hanging out. That's what hanging by means. Stopping by and hanging out, same. Tonight, we're doing some D's and D's. If the 2 players, or if I have another player drop, we'll figure it out. I'll probably just put the other cave fisher, the medium cave fisher, in instead of the monstrous cave fisher, and just have Tusk be running around by himself. So, stop by, find out what happens, or check it out on the Using the Tubes, Spencer77 on YouTube. And don't forget to like, subscribe, whatever else you do. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you guys later. I might even be streaming a little bit more today. We'll have to see how it plays out, because I got me some games I want to play and stuff, so